Hi guys, as promised, here's the video of how I took my business from £500 a month to in excess of £30,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue and still growing on a monthly basis. My name is Jason Cunningham, thanks for watching, and I'm going to go through the step-by-step process that I currently do that's taken my business on such a journey in a short period of time. Like most of you starting out, or if you're established, you've probably gone through some of the same pains that I have, where you don't know where to start, or you're doing everything you can to get new clients, but you're actually still not getting any clients. Well, we've all been there, and it took me a long time, over 6 months, to be able to get my first client. Then I went from 6 months to about 25 clients now, and in excess of £30,000. So it does take time, but once you've nailed it, it is and has growth. So I'm now looking to scale that on and grow that even more. But let's dig deep into the fundamentals that I think are important to growing the business and what's worked for me. Not everything I go through today is going to work for you, but hopefully it gives you some insight of what it takes and where you need to start. So let's start with number one. Number one is, what are you actually offering your client or the businesses that you're dealing with? That's the first thing you have to look at. You have to look at your offer. What are you trying to sell the businesses that you want to do as your own agency? That is key, and that's where I struggled at the begin with, because I was trying to sell them everything, every single function that the software had, from automation to this, to that, to email, to missed call, text back. I tried to sell it all. And as you're well aware, the system is great. It has so many tools. But what happens is, when you try and sell too much to somebody, they can't make a decision. So we have to nail it down to a one or two functions that you're gonna sell. So the first thing is making sure your offer is correct for the businesses that you're targeting. Is it actually needed? And what you have to do, once you decided what you're going to offer the businesses, you then have to sit down and work out, is it needed? Is it required? Is it a problem that that business that you're trying to help has? If they don't have the problem, or they don't see it as a problem, they won't buy your services to solve their problem. You have a problem, you have the solution, you have to match the two together. But if you see the solution and their problem, and they don't see their problem, you're not going to be able to sell it. So let's talk about missed call text back, for instance. So if you want to sell missed call text back to a builder, but a builder doesn't realize they miss calls and it has a knock-on effect, they're not going to see the value in buying that service from you, because they don't see it as a problem. So hopefully that helps you in that aspect, is you have to sell a solution to the problem. So work it out from the customer's eyes. Turn yourself around and become the customer. Write down a list of all their problems, and then look at the functions of the software and work out if you can solve those problems. That is key number one, because once you know what you're actually going to offer your clients, you can then move forward. So what I do is I offer two things. One is lead generation. The second is process automation. And the way I do it this way is I show a business how they can generate them more leads, and then I can also then show them how to process the lead automation system, and therefore they can then plug in their own leads to the automation, and they then go through this system as well. But as most businesses struggle with leads, the first thing I offer them is to generate them more leads, because more leads means more sales mean more work, so therefore it comes in from the automation process. So leads and process automation is two prongs of what I offer my clients. So you have to make sure that you have a solid offer to your clients before you can move on. If you don't have a solid offer, you can't do the rest right. So number one, solid offer. Then let's move on to number two. Once we've now got the offer, we now have to look at the demo and what you're actually going to show the client to be able to make a decision. Because now you know what you're offering, you can now show them your demo. However, this again, where I failed miserably at the beginning with, because I would go onto the software, I'd go through the functions, and I wouldn't really cover what I wanted to cover. So I built out a whole demo pack of how to do my demo, like a sales pitch, for instance. I'm selling it to them. I need a system and a flow to be able to go through the points that allow me to go through it. So my demo would start off easily about the problems, about the issues that they're having as a business, and I would write them down. So then I know I've got their problems. And then I can go through the software and then go through the solutions. Like I said, I do lead generation and process automation. But if a customer told me that they have an issue with reviews, and that's a problem to them, I know when I'm doing my demo, I can move my demo about also to cover the review section of the software and then sell that to them as well within the presentation that I'm doing, because I now know what their issues are. They've told me that's an issue to them. Well, I can solve that problem. So instead of doing a demo and going through all the different functionalities about the software and not even knowing what the customer wants, we know what the customer wants now. We have to go through the software and highlight each problem with each solution, marry them up, and confirm at each section we close them down that is doing exactly what they want them to do. Doing a demo is a very skilled job to do. I may do another video on how to do a demo and what I do on a demo at a later stage. But demo is key. So you have to build out your pack of your demo flow so you know exactly what you're talking about and when you're talking about it and what you're showing them. Don't just jump straight into the software and show them the software, because you'll lose them. And if you show them too much, they will also switch off because they will get confused and they won't be able to make a decision. So keep it very simple. So that's the second thing that you have to do. Once you've done your demo pack, the next thing you have to look at is your pricing, because obviously you need your pricing to go into your demo, but you can build out the foundation of your demo before you get to your pricing. So then you need to look at your pricing. What are you offering for each section? And let me tell you again, Go High Level do this very well. They offer you 3 different prices, 3 different packages. You should also do the same, because it's a sales tactic. You offer low ticket to get someone in, you offer a medium, and you offer high. And what you're looking to do is, most of you are probably watching this are all sat on that middle package. And because it's a sales tactic that force people in, because they don't want to go cheap, they don't want to go expensive, they want to start in the middle and work their way up. So most people always choose the middle. So therefore, when you do your pricing structure, make sure you've got a low ticket offer that gives them just enough, but not enough to do what they need to do. Give them the value in the middle package, so it gives them enough, again, to be able to take the business on and see the benefit of what you're doing. And then you have a bigger, higher rate package. So therefore, it's an offer for them. If they want to go all in, they can. Offer 3 prices. Make sure the middle has the value, has the enough. You will get clients to take on the lower package, but once you've got them in, you've hooked them in, you can upsell them to the medium package. And if you get people on the medium package, you can always upsell them to the top one. But if you've got them on the middle package, that's where you want them. That's where your bread and butter is, and that's where you can maintain them. So 3 pricing, low, medium, and high pricing, with the drive to the middle package. So you make the middle package the most appropriate package for them, but you also have a low ticket one that you can then upsell to them as well. So 3 prices, and that would then also then go into your demo, and you must be clear of what functions they get for each price. If you're not clear within your demo or your pricing, the client will not be able to make a decision. If I said to you that the package is £100, £300 and £500, but you didn't actually know what you're getting in the different packages, you wouldn't be able to make a decision and you have to go away. You don't want them leaving, you want them to be able to clearly see the functions and what you're offering in each section of your pricing. So demo, pack, and then your pricing slips into your demo one. And if anyone ever asks you the price before you've even done a demo, don't even waste your time. Because if they want the price, you're going to give them the price and they're going to say, I'll think about it. Because they don't know what they're buying. They see no value. You have to give value, hence why we do a demo. And that's why we do a demo that's detailed, giving the value of the offer that you're just about to hit them with. If you hit them with the price first, there's no value in that, so therefore they won't buy it. Make sure your pricing links into your demo, and your demo then has value that solves the problem that will be able to make you to be able to sell your product on the demo. Obviously now you've done your pricing, so we now got the foundations set, we have the demo ready, we have the pricing ready. Well, what's next? Well, what's next is, and this has really hit me hard, is the systems to have in place when you actually take clients on. Lots of you probably want more clients, but are you actually ready to take more clients on? If you had 10 clients today, could you process them? Could you automate them? Could you have them systemized? Could you have them set up with what you're offering and what you're doing? Could you do that? I run my business totally alone, so I do the whole process. And where I struggled at the beginning is where I went from 1 client to 8 clients overnight, and it was a disaster. It was a mess. I had no onboarding process. I didn't really know what I was doing because I didn't really think that was going to be possible. I thought I'd just go 1, 2, 3 and so forth, and I'd be able to gradually learn. But the fact that I went from 1 to 8 was very hard, and everybody wants your time. They want to set it up. They want everything done now, and it's difficult. So what I did very quickly is I built out my onboarding process, and now it's very simple. When a client decides to buy, we set up the sub account, they then get the invoice, they then pay. Once they pay, they then get a form to fill out. There's an onboarding form. Once they fill the onboarding form out, it then gives us the platform to build out the system. Mine is a totally done for you service, so that's why mine is a form, and then we can then complete the onboarding process. But if you're just selling the software for them to do it, you don't obviously have to worry too much about that. But if you are doing a done for you service, then it's all about setting up those processes and making sure everything is there for them to be able to do. So they come on board, we then send them a form, the form completes, we then get Slack notifications. If you haven't used Slack, check it out. It's a great platform for communication between obviously you and clients and other people that you interact with. So we have all our clients onto that platform. They can then message, and we then control the platform of who they can speak to and so forth. So Slack we use once we've got our client on, so we've hooked our client in, and we then got them into a channel that we can then control, because we don't want clients on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on SMS. We want them in one place where they can communicate freely. So we put them into Slack, and therefore we can manage them through that process. So once you've got people on your demo and you've now closed your demo, the processes are key. So you have to build that out as well. Yeah. Because what you need to do is you need to start building all of this process out now, ready for you to take on the clients. Because let me tell you, if you take on the clients and you haven't got the processes, they're not going to be keen. They're not going to stay. They're not going to be happy, because it's going to be a total mess of what's going on. So we have to make sure that process was done. Now I've got a streamlined system, and my processes are absolutely spot on for onboarding. So that is very important part of the parcel before you'd even go on to start on, say, the marketing aspect and actually getting clients, is making sure that you have all of these things in process. You have to look at your own business, look at yourself now. You're watching this video. Do you have a demo? Do you have an offer? Do you have an onboarding process? Do you have all of those things in place, ready to take on a client today? You have to think like a bigger business. If you think like you're a one-man band small business, that is all you'll ever be. You have to think you're a big, large organization, and you're going to turn over hundreds of thousands of pounds and build the systems to be able to cope. Because eventually, I don't want to do this anymore. I want my business to run, people doing the demos, people closing, and I sit back. That's why we're all doing it. We want the time, we want the freedom, and we just want the cash flow. Let me tell you, at the moment, it's hard work trying to manage all the customers coming in, all the client queries coming in, new demos. Today I'm filming for you. I've got 7 other demos to do as well. So I'm doing a video. I've also then got to do my demos, and I also have life as well to go around that. So it's very important to make sure you have structure now when you get clients and how they communicate and what you do to be able to grow your business. Because if you don't do it now at the beginning and you grow and then try and do it, each customer will be on different systems. So a customer will be messaging you on Facebook, customer will be SMSing. So we have the processes in place that they know the only way they'll get a reply from us is email or on Slack. There's no point doing any other form of communication because we will only communicate with them through that. Doesn't matter if we're a small business and they were the only client, it doesn't matter. To them, they don't know they're the only client. They think they're dealing with a larger organization that can handle their inquiries and their issues, and we go through that system. As you already know, the system also comes with some tools that you can plug in for support and so forth. So check them out as well, because that will help you grow and be in a good place ready to take on more clients. So make sure that you have the processes ready to take on the clients as if you were going to take the clients on. Because let me tell you, if you believe that you're going to start taking on new clients, you will take more clients on because you will have the attitude and you'll be driven to take more clients on. If you just sit around every day hoping that a client's going to turn up for a demo and then that one client that you book for a demo doesn't even show up, you're not going to grow your business. So make sure you treat your business as a big business, you set up the processes, and you're ready to handle the onboarding processes of the new business. And once you've done all of that, and that's what I did, you then move on to the next stage, and that is marketing. Marketing is the biggest and most important thing within your business that you need to do. However, you can't do any of that till you've done all the stuff before, and it's what I had to do. Once I nailed the offer down, then I had the demo nailed down, then I had the pricing nailed down, I didn't have the processes nailed down. Then I did the process once I got my first few clients, and that was a mistake. So I'm teaching you now that that was a mistake and you should do it before you grow. And now you're into the marketing. And marketing is the most important part of your business because that's how you're going to attract your clients in to do what you want them to do, is become a client. But you can't do the marketing if you don't know what you're actually offering and the problems to your business, to their business. Because if you don't actually know those, what are you marketing? You're marketing a product or a solution to someone that you don't even know that's an issue for. So once you have the problem and you know who you're targeting, you can then start to do your marketing. Like I said, I do lead generation and process automation. So my marketing is all around generating leads and generating process automation. There's so many different ways to market. Let's cover them to make sure that you know, affiliate marketing. You can actually pay other people to promote your business for a commission. Networking, getting out there, talking to the businesses, going to the business meetings, going to where builders are, going to where electricians are, roofers, solar panel companies, whatever niche you're going after, there's a networking event for those people. You just have to get off your ass and go there. But the difference between some people that watch this and some people still won't do anything, and some other people will, and they'll be the ones that will see the result. So you can also do networking. There's loads of local Facebook groups available anywhere in the world for any subject. There is local Facebook groups. I have a tool that allows me to scrape the data of those clients and every single member of the group and then send them a DM. What I'll do is I'll share a link at the bottom of the video that you can go and have a look at that. I think there's a free trial on it, so you can go and you can scrape the data of the interested, of the people that are sat in the group, and then you can then DM them about your product or service. So like I said, in the comments of the video, I'll share the link there so you can go and check that out and have a go. So I can directly message people on Facebook. So that's one way that I generate clients. You also then have Instagram and Twitter. Twitter is just content. Get the content out there, solving the problem with the solution that you offer. That is how you market your product. You have a problem, you have the solution, you market that service for both. Highlighting the problem, highlighting the solution, and putting them back together. So that is for Twitter. Instagram, you create reels, video reels, talking to the camera, again, highlighting the problem, selling the solution. Lots of you are probably scared of going on to the video and doing the videos. You can get AI to do it. You can do faceless reels. There is only excuses. If you don't do the work, you're not gonna see the results. I grew my business from £500 to £30,000 on a month because I'm doing everything to make sure it works, to make sure it grows. If you don't put the work in, it's not gonna grow. So doing reels, doing videos, doing carousels, doing posts, doing all of that, being consistent, hashtagging, you have to do it. And that's from a personal brand and a business brand, so your business is found. How many of you are actually doing that on a daily basis, posting the content on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter? Then we move on to LinkedIn. You can use tools like Sales Navigator and LinkedIn Premier to be able to find your ideal client, to be able to message them and connect with them and share content onto those platforms. So again, are you doing that? Cold calling is another one. Everybody probably hates cold calling or doesn't like cold calling or doesn't want to do cold calling. But let me tell you, it's one of the best ways to get into the voice of the person you want to speak to. Pick up the phone and start dialing. You've probably heard that saying before, but let me tell you, it works. I've come from a cold calling background. I know how to do it. It is hard. It is the worst job in the world. It's the most annoying job in the world because it's no after no after no. But let me tell you, the more no's you get, eventually you're going to get that yes. So you have to keep going. And don't do cold calling where you phone 5 people and 5 people say no and you give up, because that's not going to work. You have to call 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 people a day, and you may only get one. But that's one more than you had yesterday. So you have to do that. But you can also hire people to do it. So I outsource the cold calling on platforms like Upwork and stuff like that, and find someone that's done cold calling before, generate the scripts that they can use, and then they will do the cold calling for you. So cold calling is another way. Is pick up the phone and start dialing. Then cold outreach email is probably the one that I've had the biggest success with in terms of inbound leads, because it's the one that we do so much outbound. We do so much emailing. We send out thousands of emails daily, so therefore we get lots of leads coming in. So what we do is we had to buy 40 email domains. We've actually got loads more now. We've got about 600 email domains, but you have to buy the dedicated email domains to be able to send out those emails. So we bought the email domains, we set them up on instantly, and therefore then we warm those emails up that take between 2 to 3 weeks to warm them up so they're ready to then send out. And then once you've done that, you can then get your data, and that's another one. Where do you get the data from? There's loads of websites where data is available for you to get, or you can build your own lists, or you can scrape your own list using softwares like snovo.io and things like that, and create your own marketing list to target the businesses that you want to target. So once you've got the email accounts set up, you've warmed them up, and you've then got your data, you can then go about doing your emails. Let me tell you, you have to email a number of times. Most businesses will not work for you until they have 8 different touch points. So that's why it's very important to have all your social medias and all your other marketing channels all set up and working correctly. And so when you send the emails, people will then click on the links, or they'll Google you. And if you come up on Google, then they go on Facebook, then they go on Instagram, then they go on Twitter, and they see you everywhere, they're more likely to come to you. Like you, what do you do when you start to look for a business? You actually start to Google the business and then start to look. And if you're visible and viable, you will then turn that into leads. So you have to make sure what you're emailing the clients, again, is correct. And that it's a skill. This isn't easy. You have to make sure you know exactly what you're saying to hook the people in to be able to do it. So we start it off very easy. We start first name, quick question. And we keep it very simple is because when that email lands, how more likely are they going to be able to click on it? And once they've clicked on it, then your content there is for you to then draw down and discuss the problem they have and the solution that you offer and what you're going to do for them, and make sure it's personalized. If you talk about the problem and the solution, you're more likely to get a response. If you go too salesy and just try and sell them whatever you're trying to sell them, you're not going to get a reply. You have to solve their problem to get the solution to then be able to sell. That's all you have to remember through the whole process. Problem, solution, value, and it sells it. So once you've done that, you can then email. And if you set up 40 email events, you can send 1,500 emails a day. So therefore you're sending thousands of emails on a monthly basis. So I use Instantly for that and lots of different tools for the email data. So when you now look at that structure, and we're using Facebook DM, LinkedIn DM, email, and cold calling, we're doing so much more in terms of outreach on a daily basis. Gravity then gives us inbound inquiries. Look at yourself in the mirror now and ask yourself, how much outreach are you doing on a daily basis? How much Facebook scraping are you doing? How much Instagram DMing are you doing? How much LinkedIn DMing are you doing? How much cold outreach email are you doing? How much cold calling have you done? Nothing probably, or very minimal, and you wonder why you have nothing coming in because you're not doing anything out. The more you do out, the more you will come in. Just remember that as well. So you've got all of those. Then you've also then got paid adverts on top of that. Meta and Google Ads is another way. The only difference between those and the ones that I've just mentioned is cost per acquisition of client. It's higher. It's very high and costly to run paid ads, especially if you're niching down or you're going broad. You're going to spend a lot of money on those platforms to be able to get the clients in. So what I do is I run bits of everything, because I don't want to be tied just to one platform, just Facebook ads. So imagine your business is just run on Facebook ads. Then today, Facebook gets shut down because there's an issue with the server. You've got no business, you've got no leads, you've got nothing coming in because it's your only platform. Or Facebook gets banned in a country or something like that. Don't rely on one source of incoming leads because you don't know whatever's going to happen. Facebook may change the algorithms of how to get ads, so therefore then your ads struggle. So what you're going to do, spend more money, make sure you're diverse across the platform. So I use each and every single one to be able to drag leads in. But what's most important is I do lots of outbound to get lots of inbound, and I also then have the Facebook and Google ads there as well that also bring me inbound leads. So that's what you have to look at. How much are you doing on a daily basis? How much are you actually doing to try and get new clients? Because if you just sat there on your ass waiting for a demo to come in, you're not going to get one. You have to do lots of out to get it in. So that then gives you a roundup about the marketing. And make sure, like I said, I'm going to say it again, you have a solution to the client's problem and you add value, and that will then make you have inbound leads. So just to recap, as we're coming to the end, the way that I did it was making sure that I knew what my offer was. I knew then how to follow and flow a demo. I had my pricing right, and I'm high ticket, £1,500 roughly per client per month. So it's not cheap because I sell the solution to their problem, so therefore it has value, so therefore they then pay the value. And in terms of marketing, I do a wide range of different things to get clients in, because the more you do out, the more you get in, so therefore it works great. And then I have then the processes to handle those clients, and now I'm going through the process to scale. And I had no prior experience before doing this in this field of what I'm doing now. No prior lists, no nothing. It's all from cold generated traffic to grow the business. So what I've decided to do now, because obviously it's taken me quite a length of time and I've tried to keep it quite short, I'm going to do video more in detail of each step of those processes that I've gone through for you, and I'll also share the link So what I'll do is I'll put some subscribe button somewhere or something where you can subscribe, and I can then send you the other links to each more in-depth session so you can see how I've done each part, and then you can check it out and go from there. So I wish you the very best of luck. If you need anything, drop me a message. As long as you don't take up too much of your time, I'll be able to quickly reply to help you and point you in the right direction. And good luck, and hopefully you've seen some useful information in the video that I've just done for you. Thank you much. Goodbye.